Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on March the 24th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of the data that's coming up or news that's coming up, we have quite a busy day here on Wednesday. We have CPI numbers for UK here, and the employment numbers didn't come out that great for UK, and we have seen a drop here in the British pound. Now, another thing to keep in mind, we are seeing some problems in regards to the recovery as well as the distribution of vaccines. So Europe going back into the lockdown, that is not good news for the markets either, or oil. And we saw a big drop in oil today as a result of that. And Bank of Canada may have to start raising rates, or at least tightening the monetary policy. So that will that's something that we'll have to kind of keep an eye out for as well. Coming up, PMI numbers here for Eurozone. PMI numbers, like I said, very, very important. With additional lockdown measures, if we see a drop in these PMI numbers, that will be negative for Euro, and we could see Euro drop further. Same goes for UK as well. And then there was news out of Europe that they are basically stopping the export of any vaccines for the next 6 weeks, I believe. And that is not good for UK. It will have a negative impact on UK. So we'll have to keep an eye on the news there as well. And if that happens, then the PMI numbers will come as what they will. But looking forward, that could be negative for the pound as well. So something to watch out for. We also have PMI numbers for US here, as well as Powell testifying. So today, both Powell and Yellen basically provided a joint front and said that they're not concerned about inflation at this point. Inflation is what's on everybody's mind at this point, but they said that they're not that concerned about it. So tomorrow here on Wednesday, this is a lot of stuff coming out, so expect volatility in the market. All right, so let's take a look at our charts here. We had talked about price potentially dropping here, and it held below the support resistance level. We haven't seen a nice drop. Now, only thing to keep in mind here, or something very important to keep in mind, is price is right into the support here. So if it doesn't break through the support, we can see it go back into the range. So far, it has been trading in this range here. So this is the range price is established for the last 2-3 weeks here. Now we need to see a break for a continuation. So in this case, what I'm looking for here will be so first step, I'm looking for a pullback. So potential pullback towards 1.1875. And then if it holds, we would be looking for it to drop further. So in this case, something like this. So pullback into 1.1875 and then a further drop here. So target is 1.1800. So bias here is bearish for euro dollar. Pound dollar, a nice drop here. So looking for a further move to the downside here. Price has broken through the support level here. And now I'm looking for a continuation. So this was also stuck in this sideways move for a long time. Now, it looks like it wants to drop, but it could still pull back. So that's something to watch out for, but looking for a continuation here towards 1.3665. So bias is bearish here for pound dollar. Aussie dollar, a big drop here as well. This is looking bearish. Looking for further move to the downside. 0.7560 is the target here. So bearish bias for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, big drop in New Zealand dollar yesterday, and looking for a continuation. And target here is 0.6960. And then below that, we have a 0.6920. So bias is bearish for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this is looking bullish here. Prices into resistance here. So something to watch out for. If it doesn't go through the resistance here, it could turn around. So we could see a turn here, but today's candle close is quite bullish. So bias is bullish here for dollar CAD. Next target here is 1.2680. So bullish bias. We just have to be careful here at the current resistance level. All right, let's take a look at our commodities here. We were looking for a drop in silver. We got that. Now prices into support. So this one could struggle here. And that's why we'll have to be careful. So bias still to the downside, but see how price struggled here last several times when price came into the support level. It bounced off, and we could get something similar here as well. So I'm looking for a pullback here back towards 25.35. If it holds, then we're looking for a continuation move to the upside. Otherwise, we are back into this range here. So bias is bearish with caution though. First target is 24.85 and then 24.45. So bearish bias here for silver. Gold here, gold is stuck in a range. We did have a nice bearish candle close here. So in this case, we do need to see a break through the support for a continuation. First target is 1719, and then we're looking for a continuation into 1700. So bias here is bearish for gold. Big drop here in oil. We had talked about the top here, top of the candle price held below. So we got that next drop here. So bias is still bearish. Price is into support. So we need to see again a drop through the support level for a continuation to the next level here. In terms of looking back here, prices. Okay, so bias here is bearish, and targets. In terms of targets, we are looking at first target is 56.30, then 55.00. So bearish bias for oil. Copper here, copper still trading in a range, but it has dropped as we had expected here. So price bounced off of the resistance level, but now we are into support level. So if it doesn't go through, it can go back into the range here. But right now, first thing to keep in mind here would be if it pulls back into 4.04, holds below, then I'd be looking for a drop here. So first target is 3.95 and then 3.86. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin looking quite neutral here. This is the range it's been trading in over the last few days here, still stuck in range. Today's candle close is neutral here, but it's sitting into support. So if it breaks through here, next target is 51,380. So neutral bias here for Bitcoin. S&P 500, it held below this support resistance level that we were watching yesterday. Bias is bearish, and next target here is 3885. So bearish bias here for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, this one is also looking bearish here. We see that price went into the resistance, but couldn't go through, held the previous day's high. So looking for a drop here. 12,900 is the target. So bearish bias here for Nasdaq as well. Dow Jones, this is looking bearish, looking for a continuation move lower towards 32,180. So bearish bias here for Dow Jones. DAX here, DAX is sideways here, but we could see a drop if all the other indices drop. This is likely to follow as well. So neutral bias, next target here is 14,400. So bearish bias for a neutral to bearish bias here for DAX as well. FTSE here, FTSE also looking bearish. We have a nice pin bar, looking for a continuation lower Target is 6,600, so bearish bias for FTSE. And then, of course, last but not least here, we have Nikkei. Nikkei had a nice bearish candle close for the day, so looking for a continuation. Target here is 28,275, so bias is bearish for Nikkei. That's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.